Hey everyone, my name is Anthony Terrano with Burgess Technology Services, and I'm going to be hacking some passwords right now to show you just how vulnerable your password might actually be, and why you'd want to implement multi-factor authentication to strengthen your password and make sure that you won't get compromised. In order to hack a password, we need to figure out how they work. So when you type your password in for the day at your computer, workstation, or for your email or whatever service, you type it in and it converts it to what's called a hashed password. Now, without getting too technical, a hash password just basically scrambles it up so that in case I take a look at it or I get my hands on it, I wouldn't be able to decipher on my own what that password is. So let's take the example password for our password. Now, I wrote a little program that will hash this for us, so let's run that real quick. So we're acting as the computer, all right, and we're gonna type in password here, and it should return a SHA-1 and MD5 version of that password. Again, won't get too technical, but SHA-1 and MD5 are two different hashing algorithms. So just to recap, when we type in password, it looks like this on a computer. Let me explain to you why this is a big problem. A hacker can easily use this and cross-reference it with what's called a dictionary attack. Now, a dictionary attack basically just takes millions of hashed passwords from perhaps a data breach or some other source, and it compares them against a stolen hash. Usually when a hacker gets a hold of all these hashes, it also is coupled with an email. So let's say, for instance, that you use your email at Bank of America and they get a data breach. Well, if that password is used anywhere else, then a hacker has your hash already. So let's see what a hacker can do with a hash. So I have another script here that will basically perform a dictionary attack on a hash. So let's just take an arbitrary hash from the internet. So as you can see, I found a site that lists millions of hashed passwords already. So just to recap again, I have your hash from perhaps a data breach or some other source, and I'm entering it in this application that will cross-reference a hash, which I can't read, to millions of other hashes on the internet to see if it can find a match. So let's put in our hash right here, and we're going to hit enter, and plain text found. The password is password. So now with the help of this application, I have successfully converted a stolen hash into what is your password. So you might be thinking to yourself that your password could not possibly be hacked like this. Well, the big problem with that is data breaches happen all the time. So even though your password may seem secure, if its hash already exists on the internet, chances are that someone can hack you. That's why I will give you 3 key takeaways to make your password unhackable. The first is don't reuse your passwords. That has become very apparent in this demonstration. If you have a password for your email, make sure it's different from the one that you use to log into your network computer. Another one that seems pretty obvious is stay away from easy to guess passwords. If it's a password that somebody else might have used, like football123 or password or fishbowl876, then that significantly increases the hackability of your password, we'll call it. And the third and absolutely most important, if you're not already doing this, I strongly urge you to do this, is to add a second layer of security. So if somebody does get a hold of your password, which as you saw in the demonstration was very easy to do, then implement multi-factor authentication. This could be used with Google Authenticator, Microsoft Authenticator, an authenticator of choice from your app store, a text message, an email, just something that's in the way of the password that is another form of authentication. Follow these 3 rules and your password will be unhackable. And at the very least, if it is hacked, you have a safeguard to make sure that your account or data is safe.